Sylvia Brown was a self-proclaimed psychic and medium with supernatural abilities. Though she and others spoke highly of her skills, her career was marred by numerous controversies and failed predictions that exposed her as nothing but a fraud. It didn't take long for Brown to discover her gift. At the age of 3, she saw her grandfather's spirit, and with the guidance of her grandmother, who Brown claimed to also be a psychic, she started giving readings to friends, family, and the public. According to Brown, her grandmother was also a psychic. In fact, Brown comes from a long line of psychics on her mother's side. Brown gained fame once she started appearing on popular shows like The Montel Williams Show and Coast to Coast AM. She made predictions about world events, but many of her predictions turned out to be wrong. For example, she said the SARS outbreak would be contained in 2003. It lasted until 2004. She said that Barack Obama would not win a second term. He was re-elected in 2012, and she predicted that Osama bin Laden would be dead by 2002. He was executed in 2011. But Brown's bread and butter, the niche that brought her the most attention and the most criticism, was missing people. She said she helped law enforcement agencies such as the FBI solve crimes and find missing people. However, the reality is that she offered her services to the FBI on several occasions but was never hired, and they never sought her consultation. But so many people were captivated by her confidence that the truth didn't matter. Brown would meet parents and brazenly tell them what happened to their missing child. She would give false hope, bluntly say they were dead, or come up with a bizarre story about their granddaughter being sold off to Japan. Yes, she actually told the grandmother of kidnapped Opal Jennings that Opal was sold off to Japan to be a slave. Opal was sadly found dead in Texas. Another error of Brown's happened in 2002 when Brown stated that Linda McClelland, a woman who had gone missing in 2000, was abducted by a man with the initials MJ. She said McClelland was alive in Orlando, Florida and would be found soon. Well, McClelland's bones were found near her home in Pennsylvania. The murderer was her son-in-law, David Repasky, and he was sitting in attendance when Brown did her reading. The truth was right in front of her, but her superpowers weren't able to pick it up. One blunder that was so ridiculous I can't believe anyone gave her the time of day afterwards was her prediction about the survivors of the Sago mine disaster in 2006. An explosion happened at the Sago mine, trapping 13 miners for 2 days. After news broke that 12 of the 13 miners had survived, Brown quickly said that she knew they were going to be okay. But after she was told that the previous report was an error and only 1 miner survived, she backtracked and said she never believed they were alive in the first place. Whenever Brown was confronted on how she got a prediction wrong, she'd brushed it off by saying something like, "Only God is right all the time," or, "Oh, I got my wires crossed. There were many dead kids and I just picked the wrong one." While Brown managed to maintain a large following through it all, she did have her naysayers. James Randi, a retired stage magician and investigator of paranormal claims, offered a $1 million prize to anyone who could prove their abilities in a scientific setting. Brown accepted his challenge but never followed through with it, dodging any attempts made to test her psychic gift. After 5 years of ghosting Randi, she dismissed the possibility of the test happening, as she claimed to have nothing to prove to him. After exploiting vulnerable people for money and fame and causing unnecessary emotional distress to those who trusted her, Brown died in 2013 at the age of 77 from heart failure, which is ironic because she said she would live until she was 88. Brown made a career out of deceiving others, and before her, Charles Dawson did the same when he successfully fooled the scientific world. Check out this video to learn all about it.